We don't see this more often. Why in the world did the cow dominate the American West and not the pig? Well, I'm here to tell you about it. And this, my friends, will teach you life lessons that will help you as you go forth. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the mobility. Always be willing to go where you need to go. Have you ever tried to move some pigs? They're really, really tough. I'm surprised they even got this guy to jump up. But I have to admit, that cows, they're a lot easier. You have to push them and prod them a little bit. But guess what? They actually move. So in your life, there's things that are going to happen, but you have to be willing to move. Second thing that our illustrious cows have that our pigs do not is the fact that they have a very specific habitat. You can see cows hanging out in the mud. You can see cows hanging out in the grass. You can see cows hanging out by the seashore. We've seen all the Chick-fil-A posters. But the pig, where does the natural habitat of the pig?
The mud.
The mud. And if you're stuck in the mud, you're never going to go anywhere. And thirdly, the pig doesn't care what he eats. He eats like a pig. The cow is very careful, eats a good diet of healthy grass, and guess what? He can move and go. So take care of yourself. Be able to take care of yourself. So remember that, gentlemen and ladies, that when you come, make sure to just be willing to go everywhere, don't have nasty habits, and eat well. And you will be dominant and get slaughtered more often. So thank you.
0 errors.
0, okay, 0. What was the time, Colin?
The time was 1:40.
Okay, good time. Okay. So what we say were Williams' strengths, pros.
Your volume, you really buried it very well.
Justin, you
Yeah, I could hear you great back here, William. I really like the way you punctuated certain parts of the speech. Always willing to go where you need to go.
Right.
It makes it really memorable, and I can hear you perfectly back here. Good job.
Yeah, definitely one of your strengths is kind of like the theatrical elements. You know, how is Williams' eye contact?
100%. He
Solid.
kept it the whole time.
Right, so you also had no fillers.
I'm not sure. You looked a lot at the floor or at the table
Front
here.
row. Front row, yeah, it's harder to do that because you have there's a lot of people here and then there's not so many up here, so there is an unfortunate habit of looking there and then trying to look back.
No, it seemed like you. I don't know. Maybe it just seemed to me like that, but it seemed to me like not looking at the front row, but
maybe. I'll definitely
down.
keep that in mind.
Do you think maybe you're looking at the paper here?
A little bit, maybe, or just glancing down to try and figure out where I'm going with that.
it seemed like you were thinking.
Yeah. Well, I had the notes down, so it wasn't too much.
So how do we say was Williams' kind of body movement? Would we say was pacing? Did he pause enough? What do we comment on that? Really? You have a comment?
He was moving, that's for sure. You were constantly moving.
Yeah.
The idea, remember we talked about the 3 positions?
Right.
It's a good idea to go to each position and stay there for a few seconds.
Right.
That's what really distinguishes between pacing and true body movement. When you come and stand here and talk to this third, and stand there and talk to that third.
I noticed
But your body movement was constant.
You notice I was moving pretty fast. I started to slow it down about the second half. But
I noticed it. Like in the beginning, I felt like when you were talking quicker,
yeah.
you actually moved quicker.
Right.
But then I realized that in the second half, you're right. You did actually start to come back to this.
Right. I realized
that
that.
was good.
Yeah.
And one also good thing is you ended here too, so it was a very appropriate end. Right.
And notice both William and Victor had good openings. Our evaluation sheet doesn't have a spot for that, but both of these guys used an opening that grabbed everybody. Yours was kind of a low-key opening, yours was a kind of high-volume opening, but he grabbed them.
So his key takeaway, William, try to pause.
Slow down.
But you had a lot of variation in your speed of delivery. There were times when you spoke very in a deliberated manner, times you spoke very rapidly. That's what you want to do, you want to vary it.
Okay.
So anyone else have any comments?
Well, you varied your facial expression too. I mean, you were humorous at times and you smiled. You were dramatic at times and you looked dramatic. You pretty well matched the different tones with your facial expression.